Hey, what's up everybody, it's the People's Crypto. I'm back again with another video. We have some interesting new developments in the cryptocurrency space, but before we dive in, please keep in mind that this video is for entertainment purposes only. Please do your own research and please seek out a financial advisor with a background in cryptocurrencies or digital assets. The first story is titled, Bank of Korea Governor Sees No Intrinsic Value in Bitcoin Ahead of the 20% Gains Tax in 2022. So basically, in this story, the Bank of Korea Governor Lee Jo-yul, he doesn't see any value in Bitcoin. However, they're still going to impose a 20% gains tax on individuals who decide to sell their Bitcoin. So even though, they don't think it's valued at anything, they still want a 20% cut on your profits in Bitcoin if you decide to sell starting January of 2022. So, it's just funny. They'll put out these pieces, they'll bash it, but yeah, we're still going to tax it though. These are all being put out on purpose to prevent newcomers from getting into the cryptocurrency space. So please be mindful of that. And, we already had Charlie Munger come out and say he doesn't know what's worse, Tesla or Bitcoin being $50,000. And we had Janet Yellen come out and saying that, yeah, it's used for illicit finance. But, these people are scrambling. They don't really know what to do or how to handle Bitcoin. Eventually, at some point in time, if they're not mining or purchasing Bitcoin, they will be doing that relatively soon. So this is damage control on their part to put out these negative pieces on Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And this is their way of preventing newcomers from getting into the space. So just be mindful of that. Every country is doing different things to persuade people to not get into the space, and they're going to keep doing this with negative news articles or imposing insane capital gain taxes on Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. So let's take a look at the next story. It says Swiss private bank Bordier and C launches crypto trading for clients. Here we have it in Switzerland. They're going to be offering crypto services to clients. I'm not surprised by that. They're being smart. Switzerland is one of the other countries that's been pro Bitcoin for some time. Other countries like India and Nigeria, not so much. But, their bank is smart. They want to make money. So they're going to offer these services to clients. Not entirely surprised by that. Some countries are panicking and others aren't. Not entirely surprised. Let's take a look at the next story. It says crypto traders could be forced to prove income under Thai rules. It says Thailand plans to introduce new rules to curb individual cryptocurrency trading after a surge in inflows from young people sparked concern from regulators. And, this is just unfortunate, but they're basically saying that they want anyone who gets involved in the space to basically seek out a financial advisor or a licensed fund manager. They're doing this for the safety of young investors because, they don't want young investors to, get wiped out. Obviously, we all know that's a bunch of crap. Excuse my language. They just don't want people making money. They don't want people to get their sovereignty back. So what they'll do is they're going to keep putting up these crazy capital gains taxes. They're going to keep putting out these negative news articles. They're going to put out all of these things to persuade people to not get into the space. So just be mindful of that. They're going to put up hurdles and blocks to prevent people to getting in, especially in these other countries where there's large wealth inequality and wealth gap there. So they're going to just keep doing that in these places. So just please pay attention to the news in the space and also look at all of the corporations buying Bitcoin. They obviously don't care about the capital gains taxes. They have no intentions on selling. They're trying to accumulate as much Bitcoin and other crypto assets as much as possible. So just pay attention to what's really going on and where all the money is going. Follow the money and you'll understand where to put your money. Let's take a look at the next story. It says Bank of Japan to start testing digital yen. It says Japan's central bank is set to launch a pilot for a digital yen in the first quarter, according to Japanese public broadcaster NHK. So here we have it. We have news of basically a central bank digital currency. These things are coming and they are real. There's a reason why they want people to not get into Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies. They want you to basically wait till the system collapses, because that's what's planned. There will be a collapse of the old financial system, and guess what? They're going to say, hey, we have this central bank digital currency for you, and you should use this. They're going to be able to track all your transactions. They'll be able to freeze your transactions, and they're going to basically run amok and do whatever they want to your account. So if you don't get into Bitcoin or any of these other cryptocurrencies with good use cases, you're going to be trapped in this centralized central bank digital currency space, and you'll be at their mercy, unfortunately. So just be mindful of that. Let's take a look at our next story. And it says, Stellar Lumens gains alt crypto Cred as central banks eye versatility. Now, this is something to really pay attention to. Stellar Lumens is an open source platform designed as an alt cryptocurrency that would ease money transfers around the world. It was started by Jeb McCaleb, who was a co-founder of Ripple and Mt. Gox. Stellar is trying to work with a number of central banks to help them create cryptocurrencies. Central bank digital currencies, more specifically, but that's where we're headed. So it says Stellar also has a working relationship with the Central Bank of Ukraine. So there you have it. I have this in my portfolio, but I think I'm going to take profits because I purchased it at a really, really low price. I don't think I want to be a part of any cryptocurrency that's helping to usher in the central bank digital currencies, which are all going to be centralized. They can control it. They can freeze your payments or transfers. They can see where you're using your money. They can basically do anything they want to you. They can tax it. They can do whatever possible to your money. And the reason why we're in Bitcoin and other cryptocurrencies with good use cases is for the decentralization aspect of it. We don't want centralization, but XLM is a sellout, unfortunately, and they're going to help usher in the CBDCs, which we all should be really afraid of. Let's take a look at our next story. It says the digital dollar is now high priority for the Fed. Here we go. Central bank digital currencies. Do you not see a pattern here? It says the US is starting to get serious about central bank backed digital currencies, with recent comments from top officials laying out the strongest support yet. Driving the news, on Tuesday, Fed Chair Jerome Powell told Congress that developing a digital dollar is a, and I quote, high priority project for us, end quote, but added that they are, and I quote, significant technical and policy questions, end quote. There you have it. They're putting this out there and people are not paying attention. You should be getting into Bitcoin. You should be buying Ethereum. You should be looking into other cryptocurrencies with relatively good use cases. What they're trying to do is come out with a bunch of negative news to prevent you from getting into the space. And unfortunately, there's a large population of people right now in the United States, and I would even say globally, that are unemployed. These people can't even buy Bitcoin right now because they don't have a job. So, it would make sense that people aren't able to purchase Bitcoin like how they were purchasing during the last bull run. So that's why we see a decline in retail investors buying Bitcoin. But yet we see an uptick in these corporations loading up on Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other cryptocurrencies with relatively good use cases. So that's just something to be very mindful of. They're trying to trap people in the central bank digital currency system. So if you don't get any Bitcoin or any altcoins with good use cases, you're going to be trapped in a CBDC system. So just be mindful of that. Let's take a look at our next story. And if you aren't aware, the Federal Reserve financial services systems disrupted for an hour. Treasury sees no sign of cyber attack behind interruptions of electric payment services to business and government clients. And this just took place yesterday. The Federal Reserve said Wednesday an unspecified error disrupted all of its financial services systems in an extraordinary event that took down key payment systems used by banks, businesses, and government agencies for several hours. Central bank officials couldn't immediately recall a similar episode affecting its systems, which had been seen as extremely reliable. They allow the Fed which is known primarily for setting interest rates to perform its less public role of acting as a bank for the nation's banks and for the United States government. It handles tasks including collecting checks electronically, transferring funds, and selling and redeeming treasury bills, services that were all offline for more than 3 hours on Wednesday. Who knows? Maybe they were testing their central bank digital currency that was called a priority just a day prior. We really do not know what is going on with the Federal Reserve. However, it is a high priority for them to launch this central bank digital currency. So please pay attention, people. They will not, well, they are openly telling you they're working on central bank digital currencies. Just make sure that you're paying attention because it is coming very soon. We'll probably get some weird economic collapse in the coming months, or maybe next year or the following year. It's bound to happen. They're going to reboot the system, so just be mindful of that. This is why you should be acquiring gold, silver, and Bitcoin. Let's take a look at our next story. It says Global Crypto Investment Fund FD7 ventures to sell 750 million United States dollars worth of Bitcoin to increase Cardano and Polkadot holdings. FD7 Ventures, Dubai-based FD7 Ventures, a global crypto investment fund with $1 billion USD under management, announced today plans to sell off $750 million worth of their Bitcoin holdings over the next 30 days to increase the company's position in Cardano and Polkadot. The move will effectively sell off a majority of the company's Bitcoin holdings to purchase rising projects Cardano and Polkadot. According to the company, the increase in these altcoin holdings will better serve the needs of FD7 investors who are looking to diversify their portfolios in the growing cryptocurrency space. So, pay attention to where you're putting your money, and they are diversifying. I'm pretty well diversified. Them putting it into Cardano, I think that's pretty interesting. Cardano still has a lot of things in development, so if these things get rolled out, I can definitely see Cardano going up to potentially $5 to $7 or potentially higher. Polkadot could very well go to $100 or $300. Who knows? But yeah, it's pretty interesting that they would do that. But like I said, follow the money. Look at where people are putting their money. Look at where these corporations are putting their money. It's imperative that you pay attention to what's going on because there will be some sort of reset that will occur in the following months or years. And this is all planned, and they even put it out there and they tell us, but people think this is all conspiracy. But at the end of the day, they really want this to occur. Get ready for a world currency, whether that's central bank digital currencies or the success of Bitcoin. Fiat currencies are going down. They put it out there in 1988. I'm going to include a link to this article, but it goes on to say, and this is from January 9, 1988. 30 years from now, Americans, Japanese, Europeans, and people in many other rich countries and some relatively poor ones will probably be paying for their shopping with the same currency. Prices will be quoted not in dollars, yen, or D-marks, but in, let's say, the Phoenix. The Phoenix will be favored by companies and shoppers because it will be more convenient than today's national currencies, which by then will seem a quaint cause of much disruption of economic life in the last 20th century. So there you have it. They tell you what the end game is. It's whether you're paying attention or not. But let's take a look at the current cryptocurrency prices. And right now, Bitcoin is $47,029.66. Ethereum is $1,494.86. Binance Coin is $230.44. Tether is $1. Cardano is $1.08. Polkadot is $31.89. XRP is 43 cents. Litecoin is $183.96. Chainlink is $24.61. And Bitcoin Cash is $499.36. I want to give a quick shout out to I'm going to butcher these names. Well, not all of them. Blue Jeans Life, he commented on the last posting, and Gitman, and I'm gonna say this completely wrong, but it's at MIMIJRM. I don't know how to pronounce that. I don't think you really can. But I would like to thank you for commenting on my last video posting. And also, please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment. I will definitely give you a shout out. That's going to do it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. You can follow me on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on float.app. I'm on Instagram. And I'm on bitlink.tv. And I am on theta.tv as well. That is going to wrap it up for this video. I'd like to thank you for listening, and I will see you guys and gals later. Thank you.